Good evening and thanks for joining us on the Gallery TV News on the hour. I am Titilayo Olamide. And first are the news headline. Court orders final forfeiture of properties linked to Okorocha. Bandits kidnap Commissioner for Information in Niger State. Oyo 41 urges Nigerians to migrate from vices. And IPOB sits at some other cripples business activities in Anambra, Enugu, and Imo states. And on business reports, FMDQ attracts 111 billion naira worth of securities in 2020. And Lagos State Ministry of Finance announces discounts on land use charge. And on foreign scene, UN set to unveil landmark report as climate impacts multiply. Plus, France extends Macron's COVID pass despite protests. Lastly, on sport news, Lionel Messi, Liverpool makes shock U-turn, says new transfer might happen. And Tottenham be ready to pay €60 million for Inter-strike Martins. Now the news in details. Court orders final forfeiture of properties linked to Okorocha. A state high court in Owerri has ordered the final and absolute forfeiture of Royal Palm Springs Hotel and other properties said to belong to Senator Rochas Okorocha and other members of his family. The forfeited properties are contained in pages 226 to 272 of the Imo State Government White Paper report by a Judicial Commission of Inquiry on Recovery of Lands and other related matters. According to the ruling by Justice Fred Njemaze, who was sitting as a vacation judge, Okorocha's counsel failed to give concrete and veritable reasons why a final and absolute forfeiture order should not be given in favor of the Imo State government. Justice Njemaze added that the suit filed against Imo State government by Okorocha's counsel was not properly filed. He also described it as a plussage, a term in law which means a useless statement completely irrelevant to a matter. Justice Njemaze maintained that the White Paper Gazette by the Imo State government is a legal binding document. The judge concluded that there was no contrary reason before it why the forfeiture should not be made absolute and final. Hence, the Imo State government can go ahead and do whatever it deems fit to do with the properties. As for persons who might have made purchase on such properties, Justice Umandeze said they are at a liberty to approach the court to approve their titles. However, the properties as of today has been returned to the Imo State government. Justice Fred Njemaze at February 26th given an interim order of forfeiture on the properties, urging Senator Rochas Okorocha to approach the court to showcase as to why a final and absolute order of forfeiture should not be given over the properties following an application brought by Mr. Louis Alozei, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, on behalf of the state government. This prompted Okorocha's counsel to file a preliminary injunction to stop the final forfeiture, citing forceful eviction and that the suit by the Imo State government was not properly instituted. Plus, bandits kidnap Commissioner for Information in Niger State. Bandits have kidnapped the Commissioner for Information in Niger State, Mohammed Idris. This was confirmed by the state government on Monday in a statement through its chief press secretary, Mary Neo Baje. The commissioner was said to have been kidnapped by bandits at about 1 o'clock in the early hours of today from his home at Banlibian Tunga village in Tafal local government area of the Niger State. Security agencies are, however, already on the trail of the bandits, the government statement added. Again, Oyo 41 urges Nigerians to migrate from vices. The Federation of Muslim Women Association in Nigeria, Form 1, Oyo State Chapter, has urged the people to move away from all forms of social vices and allow the high level of religiosity and spirituality of Nigerians to manifest in their character, conduct, and dealings with one another as Muslims observe the celebration of the new Islamic year. Oyo Form 1 made the appeal in the new Hijra 1443 message issued and signed by its Amira Al-Hajja Dr. Bibi Olosho in Ibadan, Oyo State. The statement rejoiced with the millions of Muslims across the world and especially the Islamic faithful in Nigeria on the very auspicious occasion of the beginning of another 12 months of the lunar calendar, Hijra 1443. The forward Amira, who applauded the decision of the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, to return Hijra holiday, described the announcement of Tuesday, Muharram 1st, 1443, as public holiday for the Muslims in the state as a gesture capable of portraying the governor as an unbiased leader, while it will also help to further enhance and promote peaceful coexistence amongst adherents of different faithfuls. While wishing all members of 41 in Nigeria and particularly Oyo State a happy new Islamic year, Al-Hajja Olosho also extended same to all members of other Islamic organizations and prayed to Allah to fulfill the new year with His mercies, favor, peace, and security for the entire nation. And still on the issue of IPOB sit at home, other cripples business activity in Anambra, Enugu, and Imo states. Shops, businesses, offices, and filling stations are currently shut down in Anambra, Enugu, and Imo states in the southeastern part of Nigeria. This is in compliance with the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra IPOB stay-at-home order. It was observed that most people complied with the order as streets are nearby deserted and few vehicles are seen moving. Residents still trek for distance to get to their destinations. Secondary school students writing examination were also seen trekking to their schools as commercial bus operators have complied with the order. The proscribed indigenous people of Biafra had earlier issued the sit-at-home order as a mark of protest from the southeast region demanding the further release of Janilda Nnamdi Kalu. Also in Owerri, the Imo State capital, most shops are under lock and keys as few vehicles are seen on the major roads. Other commercial institutions like banks close shops to customers. At the State Secretariat offices opened, but the number of workers who resumed for duty was not optimal, although there have not been any reports of violence as security agents manage major checkpoints to foretell any breakdown of law and order. We'll be going on the short break, and when we come back, the news continue.
Good news to all Lagos residents, especially owners of landed properties. Payment of land use charge has now been made easy through an online platform known as Lola. Lola is Lagos online assistance platform where payment of land use charge is possible through a WhatsApp-only message on 0815-433-3883. This Lola platform, initiated by the Lagos State Ministry of Finance, will make the payment of land use charge possible anytime, any day, and anywhere, without any third-party involvement. For more information, please visit www.lola.ng or luc.lagostate.gov.ng. Lola, the easiest way to pay your Lagos State land use charge. Always remember, Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àjùmọ̀ṣe ni.
In life, you can never be too sure who to trust. This is the story of Mrs. Ungazi. Mrs. Ungazi just wants to use the ATM.
Good afternoon, Mama. Let me help you out to your withdrawal. You don't need to stress yourself.
Thank you, but I can handle it myself.
The man is just being kind, right? He just wants to help, right? Wrong. All he needs is a good look at the pin. Will he succeed?
to my IG fans, I say, hey, sorry.
Do not share your card PIN with anyone. Keep your account information private and ensure no one is watching you while you enter your PIN. UBA, Africa's global bank.
It is here again. Are you an artist looking for a place to produce and promote your musical videos?
Or a content creator in need of a platform to air your program?
The Gallery TV got you covered.
At the Gallery, we provide world-class production services
Such as
event coverage,
promotion and production of musical videos,
studio rental,
live streaming of events.
We also provide airtime for your program on all our platforms.
These and lots of other interesting packages, all at an affordable price with a 10% discount.
For more details, you can visit us on our website at www.thegallerytv or on our social media platforms at The Gallery TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
The Gallery TV, we set the pace. It is here again. Are you an artist looking for a place to produce and promote your musical videos?
Or a content creator in need of a platform to air your program?
The Gallery TV got you covered.
At the Gallery, we provide world-class production services
Such as
event coverage,
promotion and production of musical videos,
studio rental,
live streaming of events.
We also provide airtime for your program on all our platforms.
These and lots of other interesting packages, all at an affordable price with a 10% discount.
For more details, you can visit us on our website at www.thegallerytv or on our social media platforms at The Gallery TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
The Gallery TV, we set the pace.
Back from that break, and with that we move to business reports. FMDQ attracts 411 billion naira worth of securities in 2020. Amid the harsh operating environment, FMDQ Securities Exchange activation of the market penetration strategy for securities-related services attracted a total of 21 securities valued at about 411 billion naira in 2020. At the exchange virtual 9th yearly general meeting held at the weekend, the group chairman Dr. Kingsley Obiora said 2020 was a landmark year for FMDQ as the company transformed into a group structure, with FMDQ Group becoming a non-operating holding company registered by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) with 3 SEC registered capital market subsidiaries. According to him, the regulated subsidiaries, which include FMDQ Securities Exchange Limited, FMDQ Clear Limited, and FMDQ Depository Limited, further enhance the consolidation of its business model. Obiora, who was represented by the group vice chairman of the board, Jubri Akul, said the subsidiaries also transformed FMDQ to Africa's first vertically integrated FMI group, as well as help de-risk the markets across the full capital markets value chain from pre-trade, trade to post-trade. It said 2 new subsidiaries, FMDQ Private Markets Limited and IQX Consult Limited, were operationalized in 2020 to extend the opportunities in the capital market to private companies, amongst others, to ensure operational efficiency and build resilience in the FMDQ entities through technology and digitalization. Onodele assured stakeholders of a renewed commitment to channel adequate resources towards achieving the set objectives for the markets under its purview, while continuing to work assiduously towards the swift activation of robust derivatives and equity markets, as well as consolidating the group's debt market leadership position. And still on business reports, Lagos State Ministry of Finance announces discounts on land use charge. The Lagos State Ministry of Finance has announced 15% discount on early payments of land use charge. This is contained in a release from the Office of the Commissioner for Finance, Dr. Rabiu Olowo. While urging house and business owners in the state to pay in due time, Dr. Rabiu also assured that early payment of the land use charge LUC within the agreed time frame in the demand notice would spare owners of such properties of overdraft fines upon late payments. The commissioner further disclosed that any land use charge payments made after 30 days or extended to 45 days will not benefit from the 15% discount, while payments within 45 to 75 calendar days attract fee of 10% increase charge payable. He explained that the ministry has aligned itself with the theme agenda of the current administration, which is centered at making Lagos a 21st century compliant. Dr. Olowo, while giving out information on the Lagos online assistance platform known as Lola, disclosed that Lagosians can pay their land use charge using the Lola platform via www.lola.ng or luc.lagostate.gov.ng. He, however, advised Lagosians to send a WhatsApp message to 08154333883 for immediate assistance on the online payment procedures. And on the foreign scene, UN said to unveil landmark reports as climate impact multiplies. As heart-stopping images of fires and floods dominate the news cycle worldwide, the UN's Climate Science Panel will unveil on Monday its much anticipated projections for temperatures and sea level rises less than 3 months before a crucial climate summit in Scotland. After 2 weeks of virtual negotiations, 195 nations approved the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC) comprehensive assessment of past and future warming on Friday in the form of a summary for policy makers. The text, vetted and approved line by line, word by word, is likely to paint a grim picture of accelerating climate change and death threats on the horizon. On the heels of deadly floods in India, China, and northern Europe, as well as asphalt melting heat waves in North America and Southern Europe, the IPCC's report is the first so-called assessment report since 2014. Both the world and the science have changed a lot since then, with increasingly sophisticated technology allowing scientists to measure climate change and predict its future path. The report will project global temperature changes until the end of the century under different emissions scenarios. Based almost entirely on published research, it could forecast, even under optimistic scenarios, a temporary overshoot of the 1.5 degrees Celsius target of the Paris Agreement and revise upwards its estimate for long-term sea level rise. It is also expected to reflect huge progress in so-called attribution science, which allows experts to link individual extreme weather events directly to man-made climate change. While the underlying IPCC report is purely scientific, the summary for policymakers is negotiated with national representatives and therefore subject to competing priorities. Belgian climate science physicist and former IPCC co-chair Jean Pascal, who was party to the negotiation, said the talk were gathered by the underlying science. The report comes less than 3 months before the COP26 climate talks in Glasgow, which are seen as vital for humanity's chance of limiting the worst impacts of global warming. There will be 2 further parts of the IPCC's latest round of climate assessments, known as AR6. Still on the foreign scene, France extends Macron's COVID pass despite protests. France on Monday began enforcing a COVID pass championed by President Emmanuel Macron in cafes, restaurants, and train A tightening of rules the government hopes will boost vaccination, but which has prompted weeks of angry protests. The past already